walk us through, different agencies call it different things, but like a periodic inspection process, like
Yeah.
where you check what's been given to the officer, make sure they have it, and what are
Right.
some of the struggles and what's the light at the end of the tunnel?
Well, and every agency does it differently. My agency, we did a formal inspection once a year. And part of it was ceremonial, meeting with the chief, having him look you over. But a lot of it was legitimately checking the condition of everything that you're responsible for, whether that's your car, whether that's your uniform, your badge, your gun, all the gear. So the end version of that, regardless of whether you do that weekly or monthly or yearly, is simply to verify the information that you think you know. And it is part of the accountability process. And, there's times when I talk to clients or potential clients and I say, how confident are you in your data, in the information that you have about what's out there, what's floating around, what condition it's in? And I've had several tell me, we don't have a problem.
Mm,
And I just kind of cringe a little bit because from my own history, I remember not necessarily thinking I had no problem, but not even being aware that I had a problem. And
yeah.
that's very concerning because the problem that it surprises you is going to be the worst. And if you're not doing that process to some degree, however that is, you're just laying the groundwork to fail.
Mm.
And it could be catastrophic.
Yeah, it's kind of like saying, okay, just because I don't know about the problem doesn't mean the problem didn't exist, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And what is their motivation? Is it, I just don't have time for it? Possibly.
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly. Is it, I don't have the system? Is it, I don't want to know? Yeah, because there is a degree of plausible deniability, the ostrich putting their head in the sand saying, what I don't know can't hurt me. Or in some cases, I know this happens that people say, I'm at the end of my career. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to
Yeah.
write this out and make this the next person's problem.
Yeah, and I remember like when you and I were talking, it used to be a 2 week process for you to do
Oh,
the
yeah.
inspection. So it's time
That's
consuming.
2 weeks
Yeah.
would have been a benefit to me. I wish it would have taken 2 weeks.
Whoa, wow.
It- yeah. I mean, I literally had about 25% of the state of Colorado. So I had officers all over, how many hundreds of, or thousands of square miles, and trying to have them find the time to say, pull over, go to the office, whatever it's going to take, and tell me what rifle number you have. Tell me what handgun you're carrying. Tell me which badge number is. Tell me what the serial number on your radio is. And there was nothing automated about it. And it became just a drag for everybody. It became a distraction.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
a
don't
time
know,
consuming effort, right?
very time consuming. And I don't know that the quality of the data was necessarily there. And then you always had the time constraints. And so sometimes things didn't get done. They didn't get done in a timely manner, whatever the case was. And so
Yeah,
we were just
because
kind
you
of
got to fit
flitting.
it in.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know how things are when you're in a hurry and it's something you don't want to do, and it's not easy to do, you do the minimum.
Yeah.
And so in some cases, I'm sure, even though we were making the attempt, the processes we had were not consistent with quality work. And so our data probably struggled.
Yeah. So what is the light at the end of the tunnel? So you've kind of gone through some of the causes of why
Yeah.
it suffers. What do you see as the potential easy
Yeah.
way of getting out of this?
Well, I think the biggest revelation from my perspective, of course, was knowing that there are tools out there. They are cost effective, they are affordable, they are very useful, they're user friendly, and they can simplify these processes to the point that you don't have to worry about the problem that you didn't find. You can hopefully proactively find it and kind of stem that catastrophe off and not have to worry about it down the road.
Yeah.
Even better, if you're at the end of your path, you can set the next person up for success. So, I mean, there are so many better ways to do it than probably what we've traditionally been led to believe or have allowed ourselves to believe, perhaps, that there is a way to do this and to do it well.
And it doesn't have to take away your time so much.
Yes,
And so I know we have that feature in NueGov. Can you walk
yes.
us through how, like, who sets the inspection process and how does the officer in the field then
Mhm.
complete the data. And can you walk us through it from a high level? We don't need
Yeah,
to go deep into the
right.
details.
Well, the simple way to look at it is that whoever is responsible for a group of assets, let's say if it's your fleet manager, and they want to make sure that your vehicles are being inspected in whatever condition or whatever time frame that is, monthly, weekly, that they can go into NueGov and say, every 10 days, every 20 days, whatever it takes, I want this asset inspected. And if there are conditions attached to that, here's what an inspection means. I want you to look at the tires. I want you to look at the windshield, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They can lay out all those conditions and then mandate that those things are completed for the officer in the field. The officer in the field then can take advantage of whether that's the mobile app or the web platform and actually go in and complete those things. And even in some cases, if it's the mobile app, upload photographs or whatever other information might be necessary for that. So very much simplified compared to what we used to require our folks to do.
Yeah, and if you add in the notification features, right, as soon as the fleet manager sets up the inspection process,
Right,
everybody gets notified on the app. They
right.
can do their thing when they have some time. And then when it's completed, the fleet manager gets a notification.
Yes.
Um,
Yep.
can we do that for any other assets too, right? Like
We can.
basically any type of durable assets, we should be able to
Anything.
do.
Yeah. Anything your folks have. If you need them once a year to verify the condition, the serial number, whatever the case may be about their firearms or uh, really anything that they are wearing or using, it's available for any of those things.
So,
And
I mean, in terms of time savings, once the process is set up and
yeah,
individual officers, they just need to have the app on the phone
right.
and or their tablet, and then I would say, is it 4 times faster or 10 times
Oh
faster?
gosh.
What's your guess?
Oh man, if I had to go back, and we're talking coming up on almost a decade ago.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I don't even know if I could calculate that to be anything less than 10 times faster
Yeah, I was
because
just
it's a
thinking,
process that I would start and a month later I would still be attempting to get all the information in, you
and
know,
chasing people down and trying to
chasing
get
people
them to
down.
fill out. Whereas in the
Yeah,
app, you can just the
right,
app will keep notifying until you're done,
right.
right? Like you
Yeah.
can,
Yeah, we were emailing forms back and forth and they were printing them and, handwriting everything and finally getting them sent back in through their sergeant with approval and blah, blah, blah. So for this situation, in fact, the asset manager, the fleet manager, whoever it may be, gets this process set up and ready to repeat. His role or her role is virtually done as it takes care of itself, and the people out there using the things take it on to finish that up. So much more accountability, much more rapid response. And in the grand scheme of things, what this really comes down to for me, again, I talked about accountability, but the other piece of that is what do we want our officers out there doing? What do we want law enforcement doing? Paperwork, filling out forms, filling out, yes, this is my gun. We really don't, right? We want them to be proactive in solving and preventing crimes. And so the more of these tools we make available to them, the less of their time they have to waste with some of this paper chasing.
yeah, paper chasing, grunt work.
Yes,
This is not smart work. This can
yep,
be done through automation
right.
and business process improvements,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
things like
Work
that.
smarter, not harder.
Yeah. Great. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.